Hey guys, welcome back to The Spot. We are now just going to check out our spot of music, and it is Nigerian artist Lamide, my namesake, with the track Melo Melo.
I know the dengue, I know the post, my baby give me biscuit, I want to sugar, the things you do me, Bojo Baro ko she wi, Borun Baro ko she so, Melo Melo, Melo Melo la fẹ́ wí, Melo Melo, Melo Melo la fẹ́ sọ, àní Melo Melo, Melo Melo la fẹ́ wí.
I like the fact that he tried to do something different and more artistic.
How many things do you want to say? What he's saying? Sorry. Go ahead.
Can I speak?
No, he
now?
asked me what it means, and I just said it's part of the sentence. Go ahead.
Well, what I was
Shakiti
trying to
Bobo in there before Shakiti Bobo came to place. Sorry, go ahead.
What I was saying was I like the fact that he took a different approach with this video. It's not what we would expect from Olamide with the dancers and him kind of dressed down and more FaceTime, I guess, with him as well. More intimate.
Yeah. I like the vibe of the song.
And
I
even
like
with
the
the
fact
song,
that
he's
it's
just
different.
singing.
Pardon?
Even with the song, he's singing more than rapping.
Yeah, he's singing. This is
He does a lot of singing these days,
This is a
actually.
different Olamide from
He does quite a bit of singing now. Like
Yeah. I like
trying to drake all of us up, man.
I hope no Meek comes to destroy
I'm a
it.
singing dude who bodied you.
So, yeah, I like the vibe of the song. I like the fact that it's him singing as opposed to the usual gra-gra, you know. It's nice to see a different side. And it's a more contemplative song. It's kind of a love song, kind of more of a song of appreciation for, you know, to someone. And it's a very stripped down kind of video, you know, he's literally in just one place really. And then there's the ballet dancers, and at some point he has a string quartet. And that's, you know, just a very sort of, it's got that juxtaposition of soft and hard, I guess. I don't know if that's supposed to represent him in terms of, you know, yeah, he's this hard guy, but he's appreciating somebody who's stuck by him and been with him, and he's saying, you know, I don't know, you know, how to thank you and all that good stuff. So
Never
I
thought
really
I'd
like
see people
Olamide.
dancing ballet to
Yoruba music.
like Yoruba music. Like, yeah, but he's doing very well for himself. I like the fact that he sticks to his guns and does, you know, his traditional thing,
Yeah.
you know, or his in vernacular, more like. I mean, he's done English once in a while, but for the most part, he does Yoruba singing and rapping. And he actually has a lot of good videos.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
This
he
one
has
is
a lot of good videos.
Momusa.
Yeah.
This is the Momusa directed video. I like the hat.
But he also churns out a lot of material.
Features.
It's almost
his own
always like
stuff.
every week or
There's
two,
always
there's like something new. Either he's featuring or he has a new single or a new video. There's always
Working.
something with him. He has like how many 10 albums?
Was it the song? Was it him that brought out an album that had like 21 tracks, and people were like, ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
why,
He began like two albums
why
in
did you
one
do
year.
like 2 albums?
Yeah, he brought like 2 albums in 1 year one time. Like
You
he's just
know,
constantly
so,
dropping stuff. And
it-
did one with Fino, then he's working on another one
Yeah.
again. It's like he's constantly dropping stuff.
He's constantly working. He's churning out a lot of good stuff.
And it's
too,
almost like
so.
that's what the industry is now. Whiskey is like that as well. There's almost a new single every time. Too much pressure for this guy sleeping, man. I'm just happy I can't sing, so
Are
I'll
you
just be
though?
here.
Are you?
Yeah, good. Just be here,
Righty.
monitoring the pressure.
Thank you, Mr. YBNL.
YBNL, your boy no laptop.
Yeah. All right, so it's time for our guest to come in now, and she has been here before. Last time she was here, we talked about, you know, a health-related issue because she is a physiotherapist, and she's actually a boss lady because she owns her own practice and, you know, does some other things as well on the side. Please welcome the lovely Tinuade. Come on in.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome,
Look
welcome.
at that. She has that thing that I
Little
like.
gifts for
Ooh.
you.
Is it for me?
Bottle of wine.
This is the kind of person I like.
Bring it, please. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Back.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi. Again.
How are you?
Fine.
You can sit here if you want.
I will be in charge of
Fine
this.
hair.
Do we even have a?
Don't worry, I'll handle it.
Do we have an opener?
You're like, what? He's
Is it
ready.
too-
He's taking no prisoners.
He's ready. He's not. He's really
I
taking
didn't
no
envisage him
prisoners.
opening the hair.
Yeah.
How have you been?
I've been good.
How's the physiotherapist world?
It's kicking.
It's
Yep.
kicking. Hopefully not literally.
Someone said to me that my line of business is not good because that means I'll be praying for people to get ill.
Aww.
But then what would you say about doctors? Doctors in general, like anybody in the medical
And most
field.
people hear physiotherapy and they think of like older people. And
Really?
this show is sort of younger. What sort of, do you have clients who are like our age? And what sort of things are they coming for?
Yeah, okay, so typically with the younger generation, it will usually be musculoskeletal sports related.
Okay.
So
They've been doing fit fam too
sprains-
much.
Yeah, exactly. Sprains, aches, and knee problems are very common. Back pain is common with
left knee.
executives. Yeah.
Can
My
I
left
actually
knee.
ask you a question about
Yeah.
that? Now, for people who are trying to lose a lot of weight,
Yeah.
or people who are trying to keep fit or get fit,
Yeah.
a lot of people do jogging, walking, running.
Right.
But then that ends up causing a lot of tension in the knees, in the
In
joints.
the long run.
So you then, in the end, you then have to get maybe physio, or you have to
Yeah.
just basically suffer the pain of
Yeah.
having, what
Arthritis.
arthritis
is the common thing.
or when your cartilage or something rubs together or something like that. What's that thing where the
Osteoarthritis.
is
that
it?
what you
I don't
mean?
know. There's
Degenerative changes.
maybe,
Yeah.
possibly, but they have issues with their knees anyway,
Knees.
or things like that.
Or
so
hips
like,
sometimes.
or hips sometimes. So it's like, then I mean, what
When is
is
it
there
too
a way
much?
to is there a way to kind of deal with that? Because some people want to run, but then
They can.
why are you gonna look
Yeah.
forward 4 years and then you can't run anymore because your knees
So-
are short?
The human body is made for movement.
Mm-hmm.
Our joints like to move. But when you want to exercise, especially when you want to go into jogging, running, what we call high impact exercises, it's typically advised that you start out slowly and progress it first. And then secondly, you have to do your stretches before and
Okay.
after. So what you find is some people just say, oh, I'm back from work, wear their sneakers and then hit the road. They don't realize that first of all, they're supposed to pace themselves, and then you don't just start working out and go straight into jogging and running. You start with like
Power walk
walking,
or-
brisk walking, and learn how to stop and rest in between. And then you mustn't always run every day. You could alternate it
The
with
people that run
strength.
every day.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And I've always wondered.
But it's not everyone that ends up with
Yeah, of course.
joint
Of course,
problems.
yeah.
But what you can also do is alternate it with strength training. So, because you have to work on the muscles that surround the knee joints. So sometimes you have problems at the knee joints because the muscles around it
Haven't been
weak.
worked.
Yeah, haven't been specifically targeted.
Good,
Yeah.
okay. So you got to target your,
Quads and hamstrings.
So that's
especially,
what,
and your
squats,
glutes.
lunges.
Well, it depends, yes. But yes, squats, lunges are the common things that we do. Yeah.
Okay.
For that.
Okay. Nice.
Need a life tip or two there.
We're going to take a quick break now. When we come back, we reveal our topic of the day. Stick around.
Hi, you guys. Welcome back. You're still watching The Spot, and we've been joined by our physiotherapist du jour, Tinuade. Okay, well, we have another health-related topic today, something that I think affects a lot of people. Everybody knows somebody or is someone who has hypertension, aka high blood pressure. It's become more and more, it seems, of an issue in recent years. People who are younger and younger seem to be, having high blood pressure. And yeah, it's a very serious issue, and we thought we would tackle it or try to tackle it today. So basically, hypertension, aka high blood pressure, is defined as what is it? Serially elevated,
Consistently when you take your
elevated,
blood pressure.
arterial blood pressure.
So it has
and
to be
it's-
serial, because I
Yeah.
think that's the
Yes.
thing that people get wrong, or people get
Yes,
confused.
yeah.
Because they feel like you're giving me hypertension. It's something that's instant, and then maybe by
Yeah,
tomorrow it goes
yeah.
down.
No.
Yeah,
It has to, when you take the measurements over a period of time and it's consistently
yeah.
higher than.
Than normal. So what's
140.
normal?
I have yes.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
it depends.
We have two experts in the
No, I
building.
just have a few facts. I'm not the expert. I just know how to read good. Okay. I just know how to read good.
So with age is different. So in people in our age brackets, 120/80 is the norm or the
Yeah.
expected value.
Yeah.
But as you get older, there's allowance for it to be a bit higher. So we're looking at about 130, 80 sometimes. But classic definition for hypertension is anything 140 over 90. Once it's more than that consistently, then means that you have hypertension.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So
Anything over what again? Just repeat so that.
140 over 90.
140
Anything over
90.
that.
Yeah.
yeah, consistently.
Consistently.
Yes. So you might have it today and not have it for the next few months. But
Yeah,
if it's
depending on
consistently
activity.
140 over 90 or higher, then you have high blood pressure or hypertension. And I mean, it's called the silent killer because a lot of times it has no warning symptoms.
True.
And then it just results in something. And in extreme cases, you could get a stroke or heart attack, or it can cause other things to happen in your body. You know, such as sometimes you get
renal failure.
You get renal failure.
Or
you can get
blindness also.
Oh, I didn't know about the blindness. I knew about you can get an aneurysm, right?
Yes, that's a stroke.
Yeah.
So typically, I mean, it's called the silent killer because you don't know anything is happening to you until you then have a medical complication.
Yeah. Or
if you go into hospital for a checkup, which is why checkups are very important, then they could incidentally pick it up. So, but other organs it may affect are your eyes because the blood vessels in the eyes are really tiny. So with consistent
so they burst
tension.
pressure.
Yes, exactly. So it causes retinopathy, partial blindness. So people who find out that are struggling to see and they don't realize that it's because of all these underlying things.
Wow.
So and then kidney failure too, or you could get a stroke, which is really the more commonly known sequelae.
Yeah, so there are quite a lot of figures and things and statistics associated with high blood pressure, but I was actually really surprised to find out that in Africa, as opposed to the rest of the world, actually women are more likely to have high blood pressure than men, which is the converse to the rest of the world. The rest of the world, men usually have high blood pressure, or more men have high blood pressure than women, because for women, our hormones, when we release estrogen and progesterone, is actually like sort of a shield or a cover. It helps the blood pressure kind of be managed. But unfortunately, on this side of the world, women have high blood pressure more than men.
But that's usually after menopause.
Okay.
So it's when it's postmenopausal women.
Postmenopausal women, but apparently some new statistics came out in sometime earlier this year, I think maybe like in May or so, World Health Statistics saying that they're finding that younger women women who are premenopausal are also, the percentages are going up more, and they are attributing it, although they hadn't done like a study on that particular thing, but they thought potential causes may be the stress of Africa. So poverty, they said they felt like was a factor, and the fact that in many African countries, women are the breadwinners of the family and are the ones who take care of the family. And they found that uneducated women were actually also having, the percentages were going up as well, probably because they had so much burdens to carry. And so the stress of life in general was quite,
it's taking its toll.
Yeah, was taking its toll. So I'll just spout some figures. Hopefully I don't bore you guys. So in Africa, apparently, our hypertension rate among adults aged 18 plus is far higher than the global average. So the average prevalence of hypertension among men is 29.7% in Africa. But globally, it's only 24%. Yeah. And then for women, globally, it's 20.5%, but here it's 29.5%. So that's like significantly higher. And the most hypertensive men, I suppose, or in African countries are in Mali, Niger, Chad, Central African Republic, Burkina Faso. But the lowest rates are in places like the Seychelles, Mauritius, and strangely or interestingly, Libya, Tunisia, and then Gabon. So they have lower rates, closer to the global average.
It's interesting that the highest rates you mentioned are mostly West African.
Yeah.
And some Central Africa. So food for thought for all of us. We're going to take a break now and be right back with more from Tinuade in the house. Please stay with us. Welcome back to the spot, guys. If you're just joining us, we're talking hypertension today, high blood pressure and things around that. And we have Tinuade in the house. She's giving us, some lectures. We're learning.
Info now.
Yeah,
we're learning.
Lectures are boring.
And let's talk about some causes of high blood pressure, or at least alleged causes, or supposed causes. Yeah. Because most of these things we just sometimes assume. But I know the one thing I hear a lot is genetics.
Yes.
Most people say if it's in your blood, if it's in your family, you have to take more care because you're most likely going to
Chances
have
are
it.
higher.
Okay.
Yeah, chances are higher that if you have a relative who's had high blood pressure or hypertension, chances are higher that you will have it. So we don't know whether it's familial, means that maybe because of the lifestyle of that particular family is what's encouraging it, or it's actually coded in your DNA.
Okay.
But anyway, it's occurs in the family. And the thing, like we all know, diet. We always come back to diet. So,
Salt.
yes, salt.
What's it called?
All of you that always add, please bring more salt.
Sodium, yeah. Yeah, so increased salt is not good. Another thing is cholesterol.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's why people don't eat yolk. People are, I know, I'm watching my cholesterol, I'm not eating yolk. It's not true.
And you're going to fry 8 bacon.
Exactly.
Bring 8 packs now. Oh, yeah.
Lots
But no
of
egg,
cheese.
but no yolk, no yolk. Go ahead.
So what we find, I mean, if you look at the pathology of it, basically the blood vessels are being narrowed, so the heart is working harder to pump the same volume of blood through a smaller passageway. And what will typically cause the blood vessel to narrow will be what we call atherosclerosis, which is when cholesterol is deposited in the bloodstream.
So it blocks it up.
So it's
and
just
then-
Yeah, so it
clogging
clogs
it
it up. Yes,
Yama.
exactly, and then it narrows it. But there's 2 types of cholesterol. So what we want is for people to take the I'll come back to that. But basically, you don't want people consuming too much cholesterol food. So most commonly in Africa, we fry a lot of things. So typically,
Fry everything.
yeah. So
Yeah,
we
Especially in this Nigeria.
Yeah,
want to
make
encourage
dodo is
people
beige,
to use things like olive oil
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah.
But how can you make soup with olive oil?
Yes, you can.
And it
I'm
will be
just
very
saying, I
tasty.
know.
With everything.
I know.
You must. You got to do
And the
it.
problem
it's
is that the things
It's
that
not
are
Nigerian
sweeter,
enough. Egusi soup with olive oil.
yeah.
Or don't do oil. I don't make a goosey
Yeah.
soup.
And then
That's
there's some things that you can't change, really, that happens with hypertension. The older you are,
yeah.
the more your chances of having it. So,
Is it
There's-
true? Sorry.
Okay. Go on.
Okay. You know how there's this thing, Yoruba people say, which means you're thinking a lot, which
Yeah.
means like when something sad happens or whatever, and
Stop
you're just sad,
thinking.
and you know,
Don't give
and you're
yourself
just, and you're like
hypertension.
depressed and you're
Hypertension
stressed.
yeah.
because
Is that a temporary high blood
Trigger.
pressure cause, or is it something that could actually literally like?
it is linked.
Okay.
It's linked to it. So what they also advise is, if you're really stressed, you should look for stress relieving methods, so that you don't accumulate and pile up stressors in your life. And in this case, we're talking about mental stress or emotional or psychological stress. So you encourage people to engage in things that make them happy, rather
watching
than
the sport.
make them sad, because it's all like a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a family
Once
member
you-
who naturally has low blood pressure.
Oh, lucky.
But I hear it's also bad, like if it's really low.
That's
Is it the
hypertension.
one-
Yeah, if it
Yeah.
gets too low.
Is that the one where you faint?
Yes.
Yeah, and constantly
Yes.
feeling
Okay.
faint and lightheaded,
Yes.
and like it's the opposite.
Okay.
And I have a friend who was just like, I don't give him something to think. Give him problem, make it a thing. Like, yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Anyway, so that if you're with someone now who is in a situation where they have it,
Right.
and maybe it hits them,
Yeah.
to a point where maybe they collapse, or I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
How
So
what do I do in that
okay.
situation?
So what you're talking about is what the potential effects of hypertension. We
Yes.
mentioned
Yes.
some before: blindness, renal, kidney failure, stroke is
Yeah.
one of them, and then there's heart issues, heart
Yeah, heart
diseases,
attack.
where you could have a cardiac arrest, where the heart literally stops beating, or you have a heart attack. So the blood vessels that supply the heart are really tiny, and then they themselves can get clogged. And typically a heart attack builds up over days or hours. It doesn't.
So do you know when it's
typically-
happening?
People don't know that they're about to have a heart attack.
Because
But
I've seen some movies that I think I'm having a heart attack. And they're going.
Arm is tingling.
Well,
Your left
there-
arm was
yeah,
tingling.
That's
there's
what
a
I'm asking.
process to
Yes,
it, right?
exactly.
Sometimes
So-
you feel something.
You feel
Yeah,
certain
so
things.
the most alarming thing is this feeling of tightness in your chest.
Yeah.
And some people describe it like almost like an elephant is sitting on their chest.
Oh, wow.
So it feels very, very tight across the chest. And then you have this pain, because the heart is right here. So you
Yeah.
have this pain that spreads along your jaw all
And
the
your
way
left.
to your left arm, which is
Yeah.
where the
Yeah, that's where it
heart
usually
side
happens.
is.
Yeah.
And then you feel fatigue and nauseous, like really lightheaded, or you could break out into a cold sweat. Literally cold sweat.
Yeah.
So that's like a premonition, but a lot of people don't even know that they're hypertensive.
So
So when
they
the symptoms come,
happening.
they can't even recognize it. But if you know you were hypertensive, you started feeling this, you'd be like, oh,
Something's
this is
happening.
yellow flag.
Yeah.
So then what to do if someone is having those kind of severe symptoms? The recovery positions, you could
Can you
put
show
them
us?
in. Yeah, I could show you.
Okay.
Zainab, you want to be
Okay, I'll show you two things.
Zainab, you want to be the patient?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll show you two things. One for heart attack and one for cardiac arrest.
So this is if somebody's having a heart
Zainab.
attack.
Yeah, so the first one is,
Well, act up, man.
I use Zainab for heart attack, I use Ebuka for CPR. So what you want, because you see, the heart pumps blood through the whole body. So you want to reduce the work of the heart at that minute. So what you want to do, you want to get her into a sitting position.
Okay.
So
Zainab,
if
you're
you
not-
sit, yes, exactly. Brilliant. In fact, you're perfect. And then your legs will come together like this, and then your heart across your chest. And if there wasn't anything for her to lean against, you want her to lean against you.
Okay.
And just tell her to just relax.
Relax, Zainab,
Right.
relax.
So what you've done
Zainab,
is
relax.
Everything's gonna be okay.
yeah.
You won't let anything happen.
It's
And
just
it's very important to keep the person calm also.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Hopefully you are calm.
No, don't be. Let me not say. Don't be one of these aunties I have.
You guys are making me calm right
Deep
now.
breaths. No, what is it? Deep breath. Deep breath. Take it
Okay,
easy.
so
And then you want to put, like if you have a throw pillow, for example, you want
like
to put
this
it
one.
underneath her feet just to keep her really, really relaxed like
Okay.
that. And at that point, you're supposed to call emergency.
okay, so just keep her in this position.
Yes, keep her in this position for a heart attack.
Okay.
So just relaxed here and legs bent also. And just speak to her in a very calm voice.
Zainab, would you like to speak to the people in a very calm
Yes,
voice?
I would. Guys, I'm feeling really relaxed and alive. We're going to take a quick break now. We'll be right back on.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Spot. Hopefully you've been tuned in and learning something from us, and of course the lovely Tinuade here, and giving us your feedback on Twitter, Facebook. You can always send us a message as well on entertainment@EbonyLifeTV.com, and don't forget to check out our old episodes on YouTube. So
Zainab is alive.
we're still talking
I
about
am alive.
hypertension, and we saw the demonstration about how to relieve heart pressure,
Heart attack.
heart attack.
Yes, just relieve, yes.
Yes, relieve.
One question,
So,
does this really help in any way?
Well, yes. So coming to that, so there was a study, the Mediterranean.
This is red wine, by the way.
Yeah, right, red wine, Mediterranean diet. So they studied these people who live by the Mediterranean Sea and realized that the incidence of heart disease is very low amongst those people. So they studied what their lifestyle and their diets, and they found out that apart from eating the healthy meals that
Seafood and all of that.
seafood
and
lots
all
of vegetables,
Yes.
your deep red or deep color vegetables. They also usually will have a glass of wine. So that's
glass,
why.
not a bottle. One glass.
Why are you pointing at Zainab?
She knows.
I
wine.
like my red wine. For
I was
health
even trying
reasons.
to defend you.
I wonder
A
what
bottle.
I wonder what the rate in like France is, because Paris, the money
there
is
was-
just bro.
Together.
So
Everything
yeah,
is
you're
red wine.
encouraged to take a glass of red
Red wine
wine
a day.
with family and friends.
Okay.
Apparently, people
How much is-
social setting.
how much is
social
too much?
setting,
How much is
anything more than a glass.
Alcoholics here.
Because I can see you guys just
Identify
see all the
yourself.
cameramen they're excited about like red wine galore, man.
Okay. All right. So there was something else that you wanted to show us as
Yes.
well.
So now
CPR.
CPR.
So-
Now CPR is likely to happen if someone had a cardiac arrest, which is
Okay.
different from a heart attack.
What's the difference?
Cardiac arrest,
You-
when
you are not
electrolytes,
conscious.
yes, exactly. You basically pass out,
okay.
and the person can't even communicate.
Okay, so with the heart attack, you can still be conscious. You're
It's
just
possible,
feeling it.
yes,
Okay.
exactly. Oh, and one thing for heart attack is, I don't know if I should say this on TV, but aspirin.
Yeah, I was gonna say. They say
Aspirin
you
is
should take
good,
it to
yes.
thin your blood.
Yes, it helps at that moment, the person who's
Okay.
having a heart attack.
So if they
So
take it
giving
like right when they start
300,
feeling.
yes, 300 milligrams.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean you shouldn't then go to the hospital.
Oh no, yeah.
You need to go to the hospital.
That just
and
keeps
let
them
Don't take
calm for
Panadol
them.
and sit at home, please.
Yeah, please.
Go to the
Very
hospital.
important. Very important.
Okay.
So, and it must be older than 16 years old.
If not, no
Okay.
aspirin.
Yes, to have
Do people that young have heart attacks?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, especially Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
If you have like a heart condition already,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
might have a higher risk.
So now I want to talk about cardiac arrest, which is when the electrolytes or electric signals in the heart just go a bit wonky. And the heart just ceases to work. So Ebuka, act like you collapsed.
We will not see it.
I don't know how to act. I've collapsed.
So
Not
say,
nap time, collapse
so you
time.
happen to come to him, you're like, oh, first of all, you have to make sure that everywhere is like
clear.
So I'm kind of like scattered, like.
Because Ebuka is a tall man.
This is why no Nollywood for you.
Okay. So you keep him in a street position, and then you call his name, Ebuka.
Just to be sure the person is not conscious.
Yes, to be sure the person is actually, and I want to get out anything like chains or everything.
Okay.
So ideally, I'll take off all this from my finger
Okay.
and then take this out.
Okay.
So since he's unconscious, you want to make sure angulate
your
his
legs,
head
please.
Okay.
such that there's nothing obstructing
The
his
airways.
airway. So
Are you going to shave me?
No.
No obstruction.
Can you be
So what you
passed
want to do, you want to apply, because at that point the heart is not beating, so blood is not circulating. Literally, you want to help the heart.
Yeah.
So you find the sternum, which is the big bone here in the middle.
Okay.
If you're having trouble identifying it, just think about where his nipples are, right? And then put your hand between the two nipples.
Okay.
There, just right there.
Right there.
So, and then you want to link your arms together like this.
Like this?
Yes.
Okay.
And the pressure is going to come from here.
Okay, from the
Yeah,
bottom.
'cause people
from the
always-
bottom. Yes.
Okay.
And then you want to keep your elbows extended like that. So you don't want to be doing
Oh.
You keep your arms extended
Okay.
like that. And then find the chest and push like that.
Do you need
See,
to
is that
count
coming
or
out like
Oh, you
anything?
need
Yeah.
to push very...
Yeah, you need to push.
Because it's painful, right?
Yeah. So what you're going to do, you're not going to like break it. What you want to do is you want to maintain a consistent rhythm.
Okay.
And there's this song, ha, 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 staying alive, staying alive, ha, 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 staying alive.
You know how they saved me.
So another thing,
I just floated away.
when we were growing
Sorry.
up, usually they say you have to give a mouth resuscitation, where you breathe into the person's mouth. Don't be scared. But what they've shown is that, so if you're a passerby and someone has had this, you don't really have to give the mouth-to-mouth
Okay.
resuscitation. It's more important for you to do this. Find the sternum, keep your arms straight, and then press. And what you're trying to do is you have to go really fast because you're trying to do 100 compressions in 1 minute.
Wow.
So
That's
or-
faster than a second, actually.
Yeah, so exactly. So you have to keep going like this. Keep going. But I don't want to apply too much pressure to Ebuka's
Because I'm
chest.
alive.
Yeah. Like that. But then if you're a seasoned professional, they'll tell you to do 30 and then do mouth to mouth.
Okay.
30 and then 2 mouth to mouth. But
Okay.
so the important thing is to keep the blood flowing
Okay.
during that period
Okay.
while the person...
Until help comes.
I
until
have a
proper help
question.
comes.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you know. How long are you, because I know sometimes you do it and the person doesn't come. Like, how long are you supposed to do it
Before you
give up?
Right.
And then how long does it take for someone to die if nobody does that?
So typically the brain would die if it doesn't get oxygen up to 4 minutes. Is the maximum anyone has ever survived.
Okay.
4 minutes. Okay. In an ideal situation, after doing this, you have the defibrillator. You know, the shocking thing where you do boom, and then
You didn't bring
person-
any. You could have.
We could have, right?
What about when
This is where I stand up.
I've seen people do like the mass like thump.
the thumb.
Ebuka, wait, we want to
Let's
do that
thump
one
you.
with you.
What?
We want to do
One way
the
you go
thump.
like this.
Why don't you, is the space is still open?
So
Why don't you go and get some?
when-
So
when do you use that?
sometimes that is good if the person has an obstruction.
Oh,
Yes,
if they've eaten a meatball and it's just hanging.
Or you want to
Is that
do
on the chest or on the back?
Heimlich maneuver.
Okay.
So where you grab the person under and then you thrust the person upwards.
Wow.
Wow. I had thrust. Oh, nice. I actually feel
like
awake and alive. Ooh. Just some red wine to go with it now and I'm good.
Okay.
So you never could tell when that will come in handy.
Yeah.
Yes, so definitely no. Yeah. I didn't know you had to do 100, and I didn't know you had to lock your arms.
Lock your arms.
So
yeah.
I guess 100 is just a way for you
bend,
to know that you should do it fast.
If you bend your elbows, the energy dissipates.
Yeah.
It doesn't get to the chest.
heart,
but by keeping it there, you're ensuring that it's going.
We'll take a couple of social media roundup Q&As or comments. So one from Twitter, Kiton Ninoolami said, I follow the show on YouTube and I'm really glad. The spot is the best show ever. So honest. Ebuka's sincerity. Lamide's glow when she laughs. And I'm so goofy. And Zainab's dimples.
Doesn't have dimples.
She does. Adorable.
It's Olivia. Stop biting the nose out of it.
Thank you, Kiton. South African spotter Fum's Heart says, loving your show all the way from Durban, SA. Feeling beautiful at home, loving the show, # loving all of you guys. Thank you.
We're loving you too.
And then finally, we have Fifi, aka Fiona Machika, who says, Lamide, Ebuka, Zainab, you guys are doing a great job on the spot. Salute. Can't wait to visit Niger one day. Woo!
Thank you.
We love it. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Yes, so it's time for us to take a break for now. And when we come back, we will be rounding up the show. Please stay with us. Welcome back, guys, to The Spot. We've been talking about hypertension, and we don't have a lot of time left, but there's also a couple of things that we haven't discussed, and one of those things is exercise. So, Tinuade, you were saying just during the break there that there's a couple of things people should know before they exercise and as they exercise. So, share with us.
So, I mean, hypertension itself is a modifiable disease. The way to manage it is to modify your lifestyle. Means I have to be more active, eat healthier and less salt. And then women who use contraceptive pills, it's been shown that they have a higher risk.
Wow.
Yes, of that.
You see?
So just have babies.
All of you that stop doing it.
Or just stop.
So what will happen to you people? Oh yeah.
Say no to us. Say no to us. Yes.
Some of us don't have a problem saying no.
But the pressure.
We buying. After you not blame.
So, but when you're managing hypertension, in order for you to take a more active lifestyle, you're encouraged to exercise. Why it's important for you to always have your blood pressure checked before you exercise, whether you're hypertensive or not. Because remember, hypertensive is a silent killer.
Yeah.
So even you could never tell. It could be that day when you enroll in the gym and then you realize that, oh my God, actually have a high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And they sell a lot of these things now that you can just buy.
Yes, there are things that are ready to go, exactly, that you wear on
Put your battery in, and they're digital now, so you don't even need that whole medical reading thing.
Yeah,
you have an idea every morning.
So now we have more power to control that, yes. So when you want to go to the gym, if you're hypertensive, because there are certain calculations that need to be made, your maximum heart rate, your target heart rate, and then you have to be paced through progressing your exercise. So, like we said earlier on, you don't just hit the treadmill and get going.
Start running 10 miles.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes we tell you to walk first, brisk walking, start with 15 minutes today. By the end of the week, progress it to 30 minutes. And then we typically encourage people to do endurance exercises rather than resistance. Because when you're doing resistance, the heart is working so much harder during that burst of energy. But when you're doing endurance, it dilates the blood vessels.
So it preps it for what's
exactly. And
what
then
So resistance are more weights?
Resistance are more weights.
Endurance is more cardio.
Endurance is more cardio. I hate them things, so.
Everybody hates cardio.
Well, I hate cardio
I don't
because
hate
I lose
cardio.
weight with cardio, and I don't need to lose weight.
don't need
I
to
actually
lose
need to
weight.
tone. So for me, but anyway, that's just a personal thing.
All right. We're done for the day. Thank you guys for coming to. I was going to say thank you guys for coming to visit, but no, I should be saying that to you. Thank you for visiting.
Thank you for having me.
They're for visiting as well. They're part of
a bunch of new skills. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you again very soon on The Spot. Take care. Toodles.
When
Have a good weekend, you guys.
Are the skills different for when you're doing